Hello, good morning. Hopefully I'm showing up live here. Things looked weird. I had problems with my last one too. Let me just go check here on the YouTubes. View channel. Yep, I'm live. Okay. Good morning, Jim. How are you? Good to see you. Give folks a couple minutes and then I'm just going to do a recap of what I've done so far, and then we're going to try an experiment that I saw an artist do with uh, acrylic paint and alcohol. It was a cool experiment. I've got some little sentiments here too because I'm going to need sentiments. Those are also from Art House Whimsy. Okay, good. Yeah, it's weird because instead of saying giving me the go live, it just started streaming. Hi, Lori. Good morning. Hope everyone's got their coffee or had their fill of coffee or whatever it is you drink in the mornings. Kind of sad because there's another artist. Her name is Nuneka, and she's been doing this Wheel of Doom. And she's going live right now too with Louisa Heinzel and another lady named Olga doing mixed media. And I want to play, but I also wanted to watch. But meanwhile, I was supposed to do my lives at 9, so here I am. Good morning, Linda. I can catch them on the replay. So I've given a couple of minutes for folks to hop in. These were the last pages that I did using images from Art House Whimsy and altering them slightly. This one is like a little envelope. This paper is from Tracie Fox Creative, but this is Art House Whimsy. Yep, I figured it's you, Linda. And then you guys have seen these crazy ones. I love, love, love this. I'm going to use more of this. And, you know, pages are relatively simple. I've decided that I'm probably going to do just like a ring situation, 3 rings, and maybe not a cover at all since it's almost Halloween. I haven't done anything to this page other than leave it crazy. Hey, Randy. Good morning. Good morning, Peggy. Um, are these all from Art House Whimsy? I think so. This might be a Tracie Fox. I don't know. So that's where we are so far with this Halloween journal on these oversized playing cards. I started a folio here, but I didn't do anything more with it. I don't know if I will. It's awfully bendy. And there's that one. So it sorry. Choke choking on my own saliva. Thank you. Let's drink some coffee and get rid of that. Good morning, Yvette. Good morning, Andrea. So I pulled out some images, but I want to try this technique. And so let's move you guys out of the way so I don't get paint all over. I'm going to have to fussy cut that cat. Um, and those little moths. So I've got my playing card here, and I'm going to work on this side. And notice I've got some Amazon paper down. Okay, so he took, and let's grab this. Wait, how do I want to do this? Let me think this through. I'm going to take these two. Let's look at the colors on my main image. I'm going to need some blue. That's kind of bright. I could probably dull it down. I don't have any gray. I don't know why. What's wrong with me? Something wrong with me. I guess I could add a little black to it. Or brown. Oh, Okay. There's what I want. Maybe all three. Okay. So the first coat is just a heavy coat of, good morning, Shanna. Hi, Terry. Good morning. It's a heavy coat of acrylic paint. And so I'm going to lay that down first. Let's just get this brush right here. I buy my brushes from the dollar store because I don't know any better. Let's see. I want to go, I think I'm going to go with the darker one. Ooh, paint mushroom. So I'm thinking you can probably do this on gel prints as well. But I'm just going to lay down my color here. And it's still slightly translucent, so you can still kind of see the playing card underneath it, and that's okay. Trying to get my fingerprints off of there. And I need water. Hi, Paula. Good morning. Happy Friday to everyone. If you're a Friday person and you like Fridays. Me, I don't care. What day is it? Ooh, that water is cold. I still have my air on, but it's gotten down to like 43 at night. And I'm just going to clean this brush off. Kind of. Let's get a couple of paper towels. So I got the playing cards from the store called Value Village in my town, which Mike swears is shut down now, but I don't think it is. I think he just doesn't want to go there because I take too long when I'm in there. And I don't drive myself, so anywhere I want to go, he has to take me. So I don't know if they're actually closed or not. Hi, Sherry. Welcome from Kentucky. I'm going to give this a little dry. Luckily, this paint dries pretty quickly. Now let's see if I can possibly mix to get myself a darker blue. Where is my black? Friends, I know I own black. Here it is. So let's just do an itty bitty tad of black. And some blue. Because this blue is just a little too bright. Little too bright. Sometimes you just got to use what you have. Let's mix and see what I get. Probably wasn't the best mixing surface, but that's okay. It did tone it down a little bit. I should have picked a different mixing surface. Yeah, it definitely tones it down. That's all I'm looking for, is just to tone down. So I want two colors underneath of the next trick that we do. I'm just kind of dry brushing this a little bit. Let's go both ways. So we get quick drying. Oh man, I find some stuff in there too. I mean, I've bought Stampin' Up things from there and all kinds of stuff. And it's the only thrift store in town that has like a crafty section. And it's not huge, trust me, but they have yarn and string and ribbon and stamps and other kind of artsy stuff. So according to the artist that I saw doing this, this needs to be 100% dry. Luckily, these playing cards are nice and thick, so they don't warp too bad. They still warp, but not too bad. Okay. Now the next layer. Hi, good good morning. Stupid YouTube, not giving people their normally names. Hi, Reagan. Hi, Karen. Okay. So I'm gonna grab a new brush and fresh water because this layer needs to be wet. And let's get my alcohol ready because you got to work quickly. It's way back here where I can't reach it without squashing things, so bear with me. I'm an old lady too, so hopefully nothing slippy slides out while I'm bending over. um, okay. I need something to pour my alcohol into. One moment. Let me find a container. Here's one that'll work. And I'm just using, yeah, this is 99%. Where is the lid? There it is. Woo! I'm drunk already. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, Diana. Apparently, it's an experiment YouTube's doing that's making us all mad. All right, so I want a nice wet layer, so I'm going to grab another brush, and this one, um, let me see, I should probably grab this little guy. Oh, I just put my brush in the alcohol. I meant to put it in the water. Dang it, Bobby. Okay, let's get you in water. Let me try not to mix up what I'm using here. And I'm going to grab, I think I'll grab both the raw sienna and a piece of hair that's stuck there. Let's just get that out of there right now. And a little bit of the yellow ochre. Little yellow ochre. Yeah, for tagging. Yeah, for tagging purposes, which, no, I mean, I can't tag on my iPad, and I'm not that sad about it. I don't care, really. Okay, so I want to work with a very wet paint. Lay the paint down nice and wet. And it's probably too wet. This is how we learn. And then I'm going to grab a brush here, dip it into my alcohol, and do things to it. Helpful. It is a kind of a neat little effect, isn't it? So it just basically pushes the paint away. Yeah, it'd be great if it was a choice. Let's dry that layer and do a next layer because I felt like that was just a little too wet. It did make a pretty cool effect though. Let's do low so it's not blowing my stuff all around. Although maybe I want it to. All right, people who are afraid of holes, look away. And what if, oh, I don't even know where my bellows is. We'll get that nice and dry and do another layer. Okay, so the card, um, there are these playing cards. They're these oversized playing cards, and I got them at Value Village, which is a thrift store. I bought them because I thought that might make some fun journal pages. And sure enough, I mean, they're really they're like double thick of playing cards. Okay, Reagan. Yeah, I don't worry about tagging either. I make blanket hellos, and I don't like chatting that much on my devices. I don't mind it on my computer. Um, but it's kind of a pain in the neck for my iPad because it wants to correct my spelling and things like that to crazy words that I didn't even intend at all. Yeah, I think I need a little bit thicker of a layer to get a better effect, but I like this. Yeah, that's a good idea, Jim. Maybe I'll do that on the next layer. I did get out my little squishy tool. Of course, with all that water, it takes longer to dry. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to give this a little bit of help here. I need a better place to hang this doggone thing. Let's give it a little help. Little help. I don't mind if it goes places where it shouldn't be. Don't know if a second layer is going to work, but that's a pretty cool effect, huh? Okay, I got to complete drying it. Oh, look, some of the paint's crackling. Wow, look at that. It's the paper underneath that's bubbling, I think. I'm not mad. I love my texture. Bubble some more. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. It's kind of a trick, though. Let's see if I can show you close. All right, just hanging back up here. Can you see where the paint's kind of crackling? That's a trip. This will flat. Yeah, this is what happened is this kind of separated because I got it so wet. Go back together, mister. I can still see the 8 underneath. All right, here. Kind of cool. Okay, next layer. Let's go with the lightest one. And water. Maybe not so wet this time. Just a little wet. Still pretty wet. All right, let's see what the alcohol does here. Looking for drippy effects, Jim says. It kind of is giving a drippy. I think I like the splattery effect better, though. It's a trip. What a trip. Oh, Amazon does? Okay. Morning, Jana. Okay. Again, we're going to need, let's go ahead and just tilt this a little bit and see if those even drip further. They don't, because as the alcohol dries, it stops reacting. So some of the wetter parts are still kind of drippy. But I think we've got a good color range for the parts that I want to put on. Good morning, Linda. So obviously this trip requires a lot of extra drying time. So you're either going to mass make or you're going to spend time drying. Wow. I really like it though. It's fun. Throwing powder like talcum powder or what's that crap called that we cook with? Cornstarch. I've never tried that trick. It really wants to bubble just right here in this spot. Wherever the paint's like really, really wet, it's bubbling. I love it. I love it. I know, I love it. Oh, yeah. Give me some warts and blisters, please. Is that all you got? Morning, Cordelia. Hi, Nima. Good morning. So I really like the effect I got here. This, I'm not happy about that. Let me see if I can, first of all, clean that up and smush that down some. So what I would do typically with the playing cards is if I painted, got real painterly with one side, I would cover the other side with paper. So I may just rip some of that up. I don't know if I want to do it right now while this is still a little damp, but I kind of do. See what happens. You guys know me. I'll see what happens. Oh, yeah, it would. Okay, more coffee sounds like the order of the day, Cordelia. Is it ripping through? No, it's not. Okay, cool. You just never know what you're gonna get, huh? Life is like art is like a box of chocolates. If you are just an experimental artist and not a pro. I think experimental is the best kind. There. So let me just move things out of the way here so we can actually put this page together now. You could go clear it up here. Let's get that out of the alcohol before it melts it, since it's heavy alcohol. Don't need these guys right now. Get them out of the way. I have a Rolling Stones song stuck in my head this morning, which is not a bad thing. I like the Rolling Stones. Ugh. God, clean off my little. So I'll just continue to use this thing as a backdrop until it's completely ruined, and then it'll make a really cool thing. Is Daria here? I didn't see her. Doesn't mean she's not here because now we have all the weird names. Okay, where'd my piece go? Here it is. All right, now let me get back out the little parts that I wanted to use. Not that part. Where's my girl? Is she buried here? How could I have lost her? Oh, she's here. Okay. So see, we got the colors, didn't we? The cards are, yeah, they're kind of cardboard. More like gray board, I guess. Or, yeah. Yeah, kind of more like gray board. This is fun. I could do this all day. I'm not going to. All right, coffee. Coffee now. So I'm gonna grab one of these moths. I think this one. Welcome back, Cordelia. Yeah, I shop with Art House Whimsy a lot. I like their stuff. Wait till you see her Christmas stuff. Oh my word. And I'm going to cut pretty close here, but not completely on the line because obviously I'll lose my little important body parts here. And this paper is fairly thin, so it's super easy to fussy cut. And by the way, tomorrow's World Fussy Cutting Day to raise awareness for female heart disease. Something's touching me. Nope. I know you guys think I'm so weird, but I like that. I don't mind being weird, not a bit. Oh, yeah, it never works with the lid on. I did pull out some of my leaves too, Jim. Just just an FYI, but they're not the ones from craft paper. They are printables. So I'm just going to do some collage on this. Don't you hate it when your nose itches and you're in the middle of something else? I may throw some ink on here just because this is sort of a pink and I kind of want it to blend in a little bit better. We'll see. This paper is funny. This is some specialty paper, the Epson matte premium presentation paper, and it doesn't like to be marked on a lot. It gets funny and starts to peel back, especially if you're using like markers. So I'll typically use my chalk pencils. I mean, even pencils, it gets a little weird with. I'll just go kind of fuzzy with that. That's what I love about my chalk pencils is that I can kind of manipulate colors without wrecking things. Oh, you just noticed the cats? Oh my gosh, yeah. So there's these. Let me grab the other ones. And these. And then there's dogs too. Look at those dogs. Aren't they fun? Ah. These I printed on the wrong paper, but it's okay. It's okay. Now let's get back on task here, friend. Yes, you do. I'll have to fussy cut that cat out too, obviously, but I don't mind. I like fussy cutting, you guys know that. Especially this paper because it's so easy to cut. And I'm not crazy about it on real heavy paper because I get a dent right here in my fingers. But I don't like those spring assist scissors, not one single bit. Nope. Uh-uh. Cutter bees or nothing. Although I do love these too. I just don't love that they leave a serrated edge. All right, let's grab my pencils here. Let's find something that's more coordinating. This looks like it'll do. Let's go. Oy, oy, oy. And these are the main spots that I want to cover. See, the chalk sticks to these, and these like to also stick to this. No, this color is not working for me, but it's probably going to be the closest I'm going to get. Let's try a little bit lighter, throw a little bit of, there isn't a yellow ochre. There it is. Yeah, there is, kind of. Kind of. Oh yeah, that's more better. Much better. I have to be super careful because the paper's thin. And I don't want to wreck my little antennae. You know what? How I buy them, Yvette, my cutter bees. If you go on Amazon, in fact, if you go in my Amazon store, you'll see them. They also have the same scissors, and they come in a 4-pack, classified as, I think, herb scissors or garden scissors. I forget exactly, but it's the exact same EK Success scissors, only at least half the price. So check it out. The pencils I'm using, in case you're wondering, these are Stabilo Carbothello. Oops, dang it, Bobby, don't mess that up. I have to be careful. Hey, Maddie. And then I think the light color inside will be fine. It still has a little bit of a pink hue to it, but I think I'll just live with that. Dang it, Bobby, quit doing that. There, so I feel like it sits better on there with that done. Okay, coffee, coffee, coffee. Okay, and I'm going to need a cat. Now, I think I was going to use this cat because it had the blue in it. That kind of coordinates with her. And this is super thin. It's probably almost copy paper. which is fine for layering. Okay, we've got her, we've got our moth, cat. Well, gosh, I hope that she didn't hide them where she can find them and do her very first haircut like most little ones do. Look, I gave myself a haircut. I don't know if you've experienced that, but I have. I think my friend Chow has too, with her daughter. Now, I am leaving a little itty bitty white border because I want to keep those whiskers. And I'll probably use ink with this one since this isn't that paper. This is just, I don't know what paper this is or where it came from. It might be Hammermill. I don't know. Hey, Heather. Welcome back. She gave herself her first haircut, okay? I didn't realize that was you, Heather, as Jessie. So thanks for letting us know. I know a few people that use, their significant others' YouTube accounts. I would never use Mike's and I would never let him use mine because he's the one that watches the stupid stuff that I wouldn't want to be associated with. Because I have a TV downstairs and we have a guest, and I had my all my Google stuff set up on that smart TV. And next thing you know, the things that are showing up suggested for me in YouTube, I'm like, yeah, nope, gotta log out of there right now. Don't want to see it. I know, no. Oh, how sweet. 2-year-olds. Oh, what is that flying around? Better just be a fly. I think it is. Yeah, I can tell this is the wrong paper because it didn't print out as vivid as, say these two. Now, what I do in a case like this is I'll cut that away and get it out of my way. Right now we're having the gnat problem. The stink bugs have pretty much gone away. I got one yesterday, but I was getting like 8 or 9 a day in my little trap. So it's gotten cool enough outside that they are going into hiding, which is fine. I'm happy to coexist with a bug that I don't have to see or accidentally touch. Well, the things, yeah, he's kind of old school and would be watching things like, Hogan's Heroes, Beverly Hillbillies, which is stuff I watched as a kid, and I don't mind it. It's just I don't really need it in my suggested feed because I'm not going to watch it. I can't handle it. I'm probably gonna ink this guy up. I'm gonna find my darkest blue ink. This is almost a periwinkle, almost. To cover up all those white edges. Does he? And spaghetti westerns and stuff like that. But also, if Mike signed into my account, then you never know what you're gonna see. because he just thinks the stupidest things are funny. I think I told you guys, or at least in a chat, what I've observed about Mike and I in our conversations of late. Our conversations are a huge waste of time because 50% or more of the conversation is one of us saying, huh? What? Say it again. What'd you say? Back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, my gosh. He mumbles, and my hearing isn't that great, and his hearing isn't that great, and I probably mumble too. Or he doesn't listen or whatever. So if you find yourself like that, you know you're an old married couple. Okay, here's this guy. Now let's glow him up. I think I want to use ink for that. I'm thinking. I don't want to lose his whiskers. I'm wondering, do I have a Lavinia color that's going to be close to that? Like graphite. Let's see. Let's test some. Let's use a soft brush for it. Yep, that's going to be the color. Not this brush, though. It's too fat. Too fat. Need a skinnier one. Hi, Chow. Good morning. Yeah. I'm just using a paintbrush to put this on so I can be careful and not muck it up. Use what you have. I rarely remember to use my Lavinia inks, but they stay good, so I'm happy about that because they don't sell re-inkers. So you have to buy a whole new ink pad. It's doing a pretty good job of it, I think. Yeah, exactly. And so there's lots of, say what? I didn't hear you. Say it again. Sometimes I have to ask him to say something 3 or 4 times because he's also a person who will talk with his mouth full of food. And so there's the mumbling and the mouthful of food and the my hearing loss. Yeah, yeah. So fun conversations to be had all around. Oops, got a little heavy there, but that's okay. You needed that extra shadow right there, huh? I do want to go heavier around the whiskers because they are mostly white. One thing I can say, piece of advice, learn your inks, get to know them, how they behave, when you apply them, swatch them if you want to. I forget to swatch. I just kind of just know my inks, I guess. Isn't that a fun cat? And now he's still got his little white border, but it's just not as um white. And it helps add just a little dimension to his shape. And the graphite is kind of a blue black. I don't know. I don't know best how to describe it. It's blue black. A little bit more there. Just a little time consuming to go around the whole thing, but it's worth the time. I'm going to make chicken pot pie today. I made all the innards yesterday. I need a little bit more here. There we go. All right. You're on the back of your tail, dude, and you're done. Now I have to make pie crust, which I haven't made in years, so we'll see how all that works out. Okay. Made his tail quite dark, but it's okay. Okay, Nima, have a great weekend. See you around the rooms. There. Now, what we need to do, what I need to do is wipe up my mess here. Otherwise, I'll forget it's there and I will get ink in places I don't want it. Okay. So, first thing I notice here is that she's cut off here. Could I attach her to the moth and then attach something back behind? I'm thinking that. Let's trim this down. I do not do a fast pie crust because um they never, for me, they never come out very tender. And my main thing is tender and flaky. And I'm thinking of making it into hand pies. We'll see. So if I go like so, like so, like so, and where's my cat? Okay, we want to scooch her over because I want room for cat. Let's get some leaves. Oh, I like this one. This one pulls in nicely with the colors on here. Isn't this one cool? Look at that. Oh, this one. Okay. I think I'm just going to do 3. So a little bit more fussy cutting, friends. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, flour, Crisco, salt, and water. I'm not too worried about these bottom parts because I'm probably going to tuck them back behind her head. Nonetheless, I'm going to cut them out. And this one I will cut all the way to the edge. So I don't have to mess around with the white. I will probably still edge them with some antique linen or vintage photo, but oh, I love these. Oh gosh, I love pie crust. I would rather eat the crust than anything. As long as it's cooked enough, I can't stand anything that's too raw. But a fried pie, oh my word. Imagine that. I mean, typically, if you think of a fried pie as like, a fruit pie, but with chicken pot pie filling, ugh. Lord, my heart. I picked up at a yard sale one year these little hand pie makers, and they're just like these little circles with these ridges. And you put the pie crust, and then you spoon the filling in, and then fold it over, and it makes the pie for you. And I have a small one and a medium one. The only problem is that I cut the veggies really big because I initially was going to make it a chicken pot pie stew. So it's got all the components of a pot pie, but the carrot pieces are cut big, and the celery pieces are cut big, and the onion pieces are cut big. Okay. Oh, ramekins. Yeah, I need a ramekin. Yeah, pre-made pie crust I'm perfectly good with too. As long as they're Pillsbury and not the Kroger brand. I have nothing against Kroger, don't get me wrong. I just am kind of a snob when it comes to pie crust. You know what? I save these parts and put them all together like in a collage because they're so pretty. I don't want them to go to waste. So I'll cut them off like that and, utilize them in different spots. Oh, yummy. Now I haven't had breakfast, so and I am a breakfast eater, friends. I eat breakfast every day. I'm sick if I've skipped breakfast, there's something wrong with me. Even I can skip lunch and I can even skip dinner, as long as I'm snacking, but I cannot skip breakfast. So I noticed that splattering is still a thing. So I may do some splattering on here, but I don't like to make it the main focal part of the image if I can help it. I think I'm gonna stop there. That leaf was just too or that stem was just too skinny to keep. One more. Yum. Lemon pie is my favorite, but I scooped the meringue off. I don't like that part. Looks like I already started to cut this out at one point and just gave up on it. How funny. Back to the drawing board. Sometimes I will sit and fussy cut things for hours until the dent's so bad in my hand that I have to stop. I want pie. I want lots of pie. I have some lemon pie filling. So I figure if I'm making hand pies and I'm making crust, I can go ahead and make some lemon pies too. And Mike won't eat them because he doesn't like lemon. I do that to him sometimes. Because he'll come in and I'm not a gorger. I will eat 2 or 3 cookies and put them away. He'll eat the whole doggone bag. So he'll come in and he'll steal my peanut butter cookies and eat most of them. So sometimes I will just make something that I know he won't steal and I will still love. Hey, Juju. Oh, you're now cutting onions for pot pie stew. Well, I had done meal prep starting the day before yesterday, and I did like 10 cups of mirepoix. So a whole bunch of carrots, a whole bunch of celery, two big old onions. And I just decided since I'm here cutting, I'll cut some bigger pieces for stew. And then I didn't have any stew meat, but I had some chicken in my freezer, some leftover from something that Mike um, had on the smoker, I think. So this little leaf is very, 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 very little. I don't know how well that's going to stay preserved. Okay, now I think we can start to put things together here. Let's grab my antique linen, my vintage photo. Yeah, it's funny once you kind of get used to scissors. Um, you sort of, they're sort of your go-to, like they're what you grab. All right, let's do her first. I'm really having fun doing this journal. It's probably my favorite that I've done just because it's not, you know, because it's weird and I like weird. Okay, I need to get in there where I had fussy cut that because that looks funky NASA. Let's do that with a pencil. Need a darker pencil. Darker, please. Oh, my black keeps getting lost because it's so short. Oh, I think black is living in another bucket. Are you in this bucket? What bucket is my black in? Oh, Lord, where is it? Oh, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. I can't find it. Okay, we're just going to use this sort of gray color then. That'll work. Oh, it's kind of a blue gray, so it's perfect. There we go. I still intend to do a Disney journal. I still have every intention of doing a Disney journal. I just haven't yet. I bought the Mickey Mouse, and I have all those fun things that Pam sent me that I have no idea where I put, but I know they're here. You guys know that one, right? Where is it? Don't know, but you know you didn't get rid of it. Okay. Come here. Oh, still do just a little bit around Kitty, just so it blends in. Not a bunch. Okay. See, this has a little bit of that pinkish tone to it as well. All right. I'm going to start with this. And I'm just going to trim off the edges so that I can kind of place this where I want it as far as spatially. Trying to remember, does this paper show up the glue worms or not? I don't necessarily trust the glue stick to this, but because it's on the paint, So I'm going to go ahead and take my chances here. I think it doesn't leave glue worms. Oh, baby. Yep, we're good. We're golden. It's a little bumpy weird right there, but that's because it, warped because I got it too wet, which is fine. Save these pieces to maybe go on the back side. And so on the back side, I'll do strictly collage without paint, so I don't make a hot mess on the front side. Okay. Okay, I think I'll stick this down to her first. Now I'm getting quiet because I'm composing, friends. I almost feel like sticking him down to something more solid. I don't know. Okay, I like the composition here, so I'm going to go ahead and tack these down. Stop moving. You moved. Don't move. There we go. I'm sure she would. I'm sure Betty Penny would love this and have fun doing it too. Okay. Cat. And then sentiment. Sentiment. I could do fantastically freaky, and I think that's what I will do. So, do I want behind her some stuff? Oh, I like that. That needs to have a color, though. That needs color. 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 Mm. Let's play. Let's get some shiny things on there. Never want to squirt out too much of this foundry wax because it dries real quick. It's better to do a couple of thin coats too than to do one heavy coat. I think I need a better brush. This one's a little too stiff. Let's find a not such a stiff one. Here we go. Well, I was actually getting better coverage with that one, but that's okay. Let's do this. I have 4 more bottles of this foundry wax that when I rearrange this craft room, I put somewhere, no idea where. This is drying up real quick on me. I was better off where I was. That's okay. Okay, there's one coat. It seems to be going on better with this stiffer brush, so that's where we're going to stay. Someday I'll come across my other foundry waxes because they're all together somewhere, just like all my Love from Lizzie dyes. They're somewhere together, hiding from me. Okay, now, whenever you're using foundry wax, and this is mined, keep it away from the heat or it'll dry it up. Today feels a bit peoply. Oh gosh, I don't know about that. And hi, Christy. I'm gonna lift this and hit it again. Melt down the excess wax. Let it bubble up if it wants to. Yeah, it does kind of give a different effect because, first of all, much like lunar paste, foundry wax will stick to anything, and you can do multiple coats of this. I'm just going to stick with one because I like the way it looks. Okay, back to where I was. Um, I was cleaning this up. I'm not worried about the brushes because once it's dry, it'll just flake right off of them. Anything I didn't get cleaned off on the first pass, I'll get cleaned off later. Okay, back to the bridges here. Where were we? Kind of like this back behind her, like crown or extra hair. Yeah. All right. So now I need to get her stuck to that. And depending on how thick you get the foundry wax on, like I said, you can do multiple layers. But the main thing about the foundry wax is it dries right away. You know, as soon as you hit it with the heat, it dries. You're ready to go. Whereas with hair paste, gotta wait for it to dry. Got a little glue sticking out there. Don't want that. Let's get a little here. I want to kind of leave those open in case I want to tuck stuff into there, because I might. That's how I roll when I'm doing these. I just kind of build and build and build until I'm happy with my build. I love this. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Love this, and I love copy. Let's glue some of the back of this together, just so it kind of stays solid. This side can have glue under just a little bit. And I don't want to do that, but I can do this side a little bit. Fabulous. You can't lose with these Art House Whimsy prints. Like, everything just looks gorgeous. And you guys know I don't particularly like to do people, but I like weird people and weird stuff. So no, I didn't want to get glue on that. No. Just in case I want to tuck stuff in. I think he's going to need something behind him to make him really stand out. Because he's kind of a little bit lost in there. Not too bad. Maybe a little gauze. Let's find out. It can't be white though. I can't do white to color it. Yep. Okay, so let's color this gauze real quick. And you know what color I'm going to do? Guess what color I'm going to do? I'm going to do, if I can find it, is this it? Speckled egg. That's what I'm looking for. The last few years of my working life, I worked from home. And let's throw a little bit of mess on there too. I don't know what I did with my splat box liner, friends, so we're working without it today. All right, let's get a little heat to that. Hey, guys. You know what? know what I think I'll do here is I'm gonna grab some more of that foundry wax. Just gonna drip some here and there. See how it sticks. Yes, I'm glad. I'm happy to see you. Don't worry about the steam you see. It's just because this is still damp from the paint. I know, it is a get, isn't it? Work getting in the way of fun. So let's look at cat here. Decide how I want to trim this up. Yeah, I like it. I do. I like it a lot. Let's add some sticky here. Maybe bunch this up right here a little. Yeah. You had to order the cats? Well, at least you get them instantly, Cordelia. I've been looking at cats online myself because since Beep Beep died, I've been kind of lonely. He was the only one that would actually come in my room and hang out with me. And so I've been thinking I want to get a kitten. So I've got somebody to hang out with me. I have cats downstairs, but they refuse to come up here. They're all kind of feral. You know what? I got sticky right here that I'm not happy with. You probably can't see it, but I can. So let's see if I can just throw a little bit more of this gauze on here in a messy fashion, like so. And then throw a little bit more under here. That's what I meant, is I might want to tuck things in here. Just to kind of, pull everything kind of together. Tuck a little bit right there. Couple things fell in your car. Did you see the little Christmas houses? They're so cute. I got those, and I got the Christmas something else. Super cute animals or creatures or something like that. Just gotta get right out of here. Yep, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Put a boatload of glue under here. Shape this a little bit, much like the leaf. I know it is. And then trying to find them at a reasonable cost because I'm just not rich. I can't afford. The shelter charges $120. And I don't have a problem with what they charge. I just have a problem with not having it. So, I'm on a Facebook group that gives away cats. Looking. Because it also either needs to be spayed or neutered. Doesn't have to be a kitten, but a younger cat would be better so that it could kind of grow up with me and not have its already ingrained habits. I'll teach it new bad habits. I know, Jim especially. Although he also sends me fun videos, like making, this morning I got one, I don't know if he sent it last night or this morning, but about doing napkins on envelopes. I don't want to cover a lot of that. Maybe we'll go up here with the fantastically and do the freaky down here. That'll be this page done, and it took me an hour and a half, you guys. But we played with the alcohol experiment, which I thought was fun. I'll probably play with that a lot more. And I thought that was really cool. I mean, it's printable paper. The value is something else because, first of all, storage is not an issue. And secondly, you can print as many as you want. You don't have to be so, oops, let's try and remember here, T, that you're going to put holes in the sides. So let's scooch that over a bit. Should I add some splatter to this or not? What do you guys think? I mean, maybe just tiny bits, but not really. Oh, I do know what it does need, though. It needs a inking around. Doesn't it? Yeah. If I get ink on my strings, so be it. Oh, yeah, much better. Much better. So probably this and maybe one more page will be the last of it if I get them done by Halloween. But this may be a project that ends up being done after Halloween. I think if I were going to do any splatters, it would be black. And I think I would do them with my Posca pen. So that's what I'm going to do if I can find her. Because that way I can kind of control-ish where they go. Let's just lay this here. Prime it. Prime up, baby. This one might be almost empty. There we go. Okay, yeah, I like it. The name of which ones? Because I used several. These ones are Delightfully Odd too. The cat ones are Whimsical Whiskers. The leaf ones are Leaves of Fall. This one I think is part of the odd collection, or it might be part of a different collection. Um, since I unfortunately have cut most of these up, there's a collection that has these in it, and this is part of these. And I don't know the name of it. I'll try and remember to put it in the description box. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this little dog. So these are all in this collection. I think it's Weird and Wonderful. I can't recall, but it's also Art House Whimsy. So all of these are Art House Whimsy. That is the name. Sorry about that. Yep, I'm going to leave it like so. The colors really here on my camera aren't really true to what I'm seeing with my eyeballs, but there's that effect that we got from using alcohol over acrylic paint. And I really think it's kind of cool, especially, multiple colors. Oh, you're welcome. And I'm going to, of course, photograph this and post it on Instagram, and I'll put the name of the company of papers because I tag them when I use their stuff. Because that's just kind of what you do. It's a courtesy. Um, aren't the dogs cute? Anyway, thanks you guys for coming to hang out with me. I'm done for this week. I've got a little bit of design team work to do. We've got coming up Halloween, I think, as far as I know, unless something changes, some of the design team members will be live on the Trinity Stamps channel on Halloween Day. And so keep an eye out for that. I'll post it. I don't like to stream in two places at one time, so I'm going to stick with their channel. And thanks for leaving your thumbs up and all the YouTubey things. See you guys around the rooms. Take care. Bye.